So in my entire life, I don't think I have ever installed and actually used on a regular basis a download manager. I've always just used my web browser as my download manager, right? Because every web browser, really since the beginning of the internet, every web browser has essentially managed downloads for you. You just, download whatever image or audio file or video file, and you get a little progress bar, and it's all built into your browser. But also, since the beginning of time, there's always been dedicated programs specifically built to be your download manager. And I've never found them particularly useful, but the other day I came across one that I thought had some really unique features, and I did want to showcase that on camera today. This program is called Varia. Now, it's called Varia because it's based on an older program, a download managing program called Aria, which many of you, especially longtime Linux users, are probably familiar with Aria. And this particular program has some really neat features because it can handle downloads of different file types in different ways, whether you're downloading audio, video, whether you're downloading a torrent. It also has some really nice advanced settings options, especially if you're one of those people that live in a part of the world where you have to regulate your internet usage. You can actually schedule when Varia will download and what hours it shouldn't download anything. So really cool program. I went ahead and installed it using the Flatpak over here on FlatHub. It's available now. Also, because I use an Arch-based system, Varia is also in the AUR, but I installed it via the Flatpak. And let me go ahead and launch Varia. And let me show you a basic way to use a download manager. So if I go back to my browser, I went to this website here. I just did a quick Google search for downloading example files, and I came to fileexamples.com, file-examples.com. And let's browse for a video file. So I'm just going to grab one of these files. I'll right click and let's go ahead and copy the link. And then I'm going to go back to Varia, and here in this URL bar, just paste that URL and go ahead and click the download button, and away it goes. Download complete. Now in that case, I actually copied a link to the HTML file, so it actually downloaded the web page and not the MP4 that I was actually trying to grab, but that is fine. If I go back and actually grab the proper link for the MP4 and hit download, just to verify that it does download audio files, you can grab that as well. And of course, if these are bigger files, you'll have your progress bar. You'll see a percentage as it goes along. You can also pause or unpause the download if you need to. But you notice when you have the URLs pasted here, you have the download button that lights up or the video audio button that lights up. Let me show you what that video audio button is, because that really is one of the coolest features of this. I'm going to go to my YouTube page and let me grab the link to one of my recent videos. Let me go ahead and grab that link, and I'm going to go back to Varia, and now I'm going to paste the URL, and now the buttons light up. I can click either download or video/audio. Now, what is video/audio? Well, if you're grabbing a video from any site that can use the program YTDLP, you guys know what that program is. It downloads audio video files to your local system from various websites on the internet. Just click the video audio button and you can see it's checking the video. And then it gives me all the various download options as far as resolution of the video, what type of audio file I want, how I want them merged together when it downloads this locally to my machine. And basically, it's all the same options. If you were using YTDLP at the command line, you would see all these options, but this gives it in graphical form. That is really, really, really unique. You'll notice you also have this dedicated torrent button here. You could click on that. It opens your file picker. So anytime you download a .torrent file, you just go grab that, click the button, go grab it out of your file picker, and it will start downloading your torrents for you. So not only is it a download manager in the traditional sense, it also kind of is your BitTorrent client. So it really is kind of a neat jack of all trades kind of program. Now there's a couple of different menu systems here. You may or may not find some of these options all that interesting in this menu system here. You have background mode. You click on that, the window just goes away. It's running in the background. It's still downloading your stuff, but you don't have the window right here up front. Of course, you could open your downloads folder. That's just going to open your file manager. Then you have completion options. Now, this may be interesting because this allows you to tell Varia to exit on completion of download or to shut down on completion of download. And then you have this menu here with some more advanced options you may or may not need. The most interesting one, though, I think, is the scheduler option. You see scheduler change, and here you can go ahead and enable when to download during these times or when to stop downloading during these times. You just click the sliders on or off, and then you add your time span, so day of the week and then the hours. And of course you would click save, and that would be fine. Now for where I'm at, I've got good internet 24 hours a day, but again, depending on what part of the world you're in, you could be limited on the hours you can download. One other cool thing is there are browser extensions available for Firefox and Chromium based web browsers. Now I use Brave. If I use the Chrome based plugin system here, right? And when I clicked that button in Varia, here in my Brave browser, it opened the page to add the Varia extension to Brave. I can click that, add extension, give it permission, and now I have the extension here in Brave, so I've got some integration with my browser and Varia. Other settings you can play with, you have torrent settings if you need to play with that, whether you want to allow seeding or not. And then you also have this advanced settings button, and this is where you can add authentication, add a username and password. You can also disable remote mode, so this will disable video download functionality. If I end up keeping Varia on my system, I probably won't need any of these advanced settings. I did install the browser extension, but the rest of this I'm pretty much set on. So there you have it, a very quick introduction to what I think is a really cool program. I really didn't expect to ever like a download manager as much as I like Varia here. Now before I go, I need to thank a few special people. I need to thank the producers of this episode, and of course I'm talking about Matt, Steve, Armor Dragon, Cap Caveman, Darloff, Daedalus, George, Lee, Mythos, Arion, Paul, Peace Arch and Fedora, Realities for Less, Red Prophet, Roland, Wards Into and Ubuntu, and Willie. These guys, they're my highest tiered patrons over on Patreon. Without these guys, this quick look at Varia, the download manager, would not have been possible. The show is also brought to you by each and every one of these fine ladies and gentlemen. All these names you're seeing on the screen right now, these are all my supporters over on Patreon. I don't have any corporate sponsors. I'm sponsored by you guys, the community. If you like my work, want to see more videos about Linux and free and open source software like Varia, subscribe to DistroTube over on Patreon. Peace, guys.